Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Rich Wilens Webinars. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. Thank you very much for coming by. I am so excited to be here this evening. We are broadcasting live where we always broadcast live, just outside of the Gulf of Mexico at the bottom of the great state of Mississippi in Biloxi, actually in Ocean Springs, which is my hometown right across the bridge. I want to thank everybody. We have a worldwide audience tonight, and I am so excited to be here. For those of you who know, we just got back from Orlando where we had our event that we do every year, by the way, Marketing Mayhem Live 2014, and one of the keynote speakers is with us tonight. I know you've heard of him because I've been writing his name on the emails, and you have enough time to do your due diligence to find out that here is a guy and his company that is the real deal, that take you to the next level. I had the opportunity to be with Omar at Omar's event last year, which simply was the coolest marketing event ever, and it's going to happen again this year. He'll probably tell you a little bit about it, but I'm excited, so I want to make sure that you have your pens, papers, or whatever it is that you pay attention, because believe me, this is going to be not only an intimate webinar and an intimate free training session, but we have so few people on here that we're going to be able to chat intimately with Omar, and if you have a question, I'm going to be on the back end, and I'll be able to either interrupt in the right places to ask the questions, or I'll wait to the Q&A. So without further ado, and I love that, because that's the only French I know, please welcome to the program, Omar Martin. Hello, Omar.
Hi, Rich. Well, thank you very much for that awesome introduction. I'm going to do my very best to live up to it.
Thank you.
Guys, thank you for having me, and Rich, thank you for introducing me to all of your followers. As you can see on the screen there, that's myself and my beautiful wife, Melinda, who really runs the show. I'm just kind of here. She just keeps me around to do these webinars, but she runs the company nowadays. We're going to be talking about some really cool marketing tactics, okay? And I'm going to start by just asking you this kind of silly question, right? It's like a proverbial question. Who doesn't want to make an extra 500 grand this year by doing things that you're already doing, only doing them a little tiny bit better? So what I did is I said to myself, well, I want to really deliver content. I don't really, you know, look, I'm gonna be frank with you. I'm gonna talk just like I would be talking if I met you in the lobby of a hotel. No filter. You know, I know that we're all adults here, so I'm not gonna pretend to be somebody that I'm not, just to make you feel more comfortable. I'm gonna be myself, okay? And the bottom line is this: I said I want to, you know, put together some really good, solid content. I've been on a lot of webinars just like you, where it was just like fluff, pitch, and it was just silly. At the end of 90 minutes, you're like, what just happened? Like, why was I just there? So here's the deal. I looked at my business for the last few years, and I said, what did I do? What little things have Melinda and I done in our business that have really made a significant impact that anybody could do to their business? And I realized that there were 4 specific areas that we made changes in the last few years that have added at least $500,000 a year to our bottom line, okay? And these are things that anybody can do, and that's what I'm going to talk about today, okay? So no filter. I'm literally just going to go over all these things with you. So I'm putting up the no bullcrap sign right there, because I promise you that everything that I'm going to talk about today, and none of this is made up, none of this is fluff. I'll give you sources for all the information. Everything that I'm going to explain are things that I'm actually doing in my business. I'm very adamant about that. I don't preach things that used to work 3, 4, 5 years ago. It's the internet, man. I mean, it ages faster than dog years. You have to be, you know, what's working today, you know, might not work, you know, 2, 3 weeks from now, let alone 2, 3 months, and definitely not 2, 3 years from now. So my question to you is this: are you still just plain marketing? You know, because the problem with the industry is so much rehashed bullcrap that's out there that's being taught. And I'm sorry, I'm going to call a spade a spade. I'm just going to start off by telling you that I know, I feel your pain, because I was once, you know, new and starting and trying to figure out and getting pulled in a whole bunch of directions. And I know what's out there. It's a lot of rehashed crap, you know, because social media and DSLR cameras make us look so freaking awesome nowadays that it's like everybody and their mother comes off looking like a guru and is in the fake it to make it brigade, right? So they're selling rehashed crap that used to work 3, 4 years ago, but they themselves aren't making money. And I know that there's people on this call that are listening to me right now that have been scammed or that have been promised something that they invested in and then they got nothing that they were promised. And you know, so, and it's frustrating. And I know because I've been there. So no bull crap in this webinar. So let's start by talking about, I got to lay down the groundwork for the things that I'm going to be telling you. And some of the stuff that I'm going to reveal today might come as a shock. I don't want you to freak out because I'm not going to give you any bad news without giving you the solution, because there are you know, quite a few things that are changing right now in our industry, and people that are not adapting are going to get left behind. So I'm not just going to tell you the doom and gloom, oh, this is changing, now pay me to figure out, for me to tell you how to avoid it. No, I'm going to present the issues and the things that are happening as well as the solution for you, okay? Because it's an internet marketing evolution. So I'm going to start by asking you this. How many of you have a smartphone, whether it's an Android or an iPhone? I'm not going to get into the whole, you know, Apple versus Microsoft debate, right? But how many of you guys have a smartphone? I gamble it's about, I don't know, 99% of people nowadays, especially in our circle, you know, internet marketing, internet savvy type of people, they have a smartphone, right? You know, this is just what's happened. You know, nowadays people walk around with Facebook and the internet on their hip, right? It's just kind of the way things have evolved. But now I might be showing my age, but how many of you guys remember this? Right? Now that wasn't too long ago, right? Who remembers the correlation between these two devices? And I'll tell you what, I remember when a beeper was like so amazing. It was like, holy cow, this is awesome. And I'd be driving and say, oh, wow, I'm getting a beep. Let me find a phone so I can get out of my car and call somebody, right? And I bet you there's still some people out there that are using beepers, right? Because they just don't want, actually, I wonder if you could even still get beeper service. Anyway, my point is that it wasn't too long ago that this was the way that we were communicating with people that were on there. And before this, there was no way. I mean, when I was a kid, you couldn't call your friend. You couldn't, like, text your friend. If I wanted to play with some, I'd go down the street and, hey, yo, Joey! You know, I'd scream out the window and have them come out. That's the era that I grew up in. But nowadays, you know, kids got smartphones, right? And it's just the way that technology evolves. Things are changing, okay? And this is an important precedent for me to make as I start. I know Rich said a little bit about me. My name is Omar Martin. That's me right there. Just so you know that you know, just so you know a little bit about who you're learning from. I'm not no technical wizard. I didn't go to, you know, computer science school. I don't have a programming degree or anything. I was a blue-collar worker most of my life. I literally wore a blue collar. I was a paramedic for the New York City Fire Department. I did that job very, very proudly for many, many years. My formal education was in medicine. I was in the process of going to medical school, but that all changed for me. My career path and my career choice, everything kind of changed for me on this day. On September 11, 2001, I was not working that day. It's still tough stuff. It's kind of tough for me to talk about it. I wasn't on duty. My partner was, and he was killed. And, you know, 343 brothers and sisters from the department, people that I went to the academy with, you know, they lost their lives that day. You know, and I dedicated my life to helping people and to doing this sort of work. And that all changed for me on that day. I decided I wanted to still help people, but I just couldn't bring myself to do this job, that job anymore. So I actually packed everything I owned and into my Honda Civic. I think I had like $200 to my name, and I drove down to Florida, which is actually where I still live today. And I just I applied for a job, and I actually got it. I got a job in door-to-door sales. The person that interviewed me for that job is my wife, Melinda. I ended up closing that sale, obviously. But I started working in door-to-door sales. I actually got really, really good at it, and we ended up opening a few offices. But, you know, like most people in America, eventually I was spending more than I was making, and, you know, we were married, the house, the cars, you know, and I found myself, you know, in corporate America again, working for the man, and I decided, well, I'm going to turn to the internet to start trying to sell online, and it was tough. I struggled for the first 18 months. I started my business in 2006, but Since then, I've generated over $5 million online with my wife right out of our home here in Palm Bay, Florida. We live a very humble lifestyle. I'm not driving a Lamborghini. I don't fly in private jets or anything like that. But we were able to build our business. We went from zero to, monthly online income to a consistent $360,000 per year, which is about $30,000 a month, and we were able to build that in a year and a half. We employ a virtual staff, so I don't have this big corporate machine. We do have people that work for us, but we manage them online. So we have we have control of our time, and we work right out of the house here. We have 3 dogs, Romeo, Juliet, and Roxy, 3 boxers, so we're dog people. And we've built a total subscriber base of over 63,000 customers. Now, that number is probably a little bit higher, since the time that I made this slide. My wife Melinda and I are very big consumer advocates in the internet marketing arena. Because of the frustration that I went through when I was a newbie, when I was trying to learn how to build my business and getting pulled in different directions. Now, a lot of it, I'm to blame for a lot of that because of that shiny object syndrome. Like if it's shiny and made by Apple, like I'll buy it, right? I buy everything. So part of that, but the other part of it is that a lot of the stuff that I was being taught and that I was following just didn't work. I got scammed out of it. So my wife and I built a company called I Am Trustworthy, where it's literally a place where all the good guys stick together. It's a seal that people can put on their website to identify that they're following 14 prudent practices of internet marketing. I'm the first one to call out a scammer when I see one. I'm like I said, I don't pretend to be something I'm not, and I don't filter anything. And the same goes on social media. If somebody's doing something they shouldn't be doing, I'm the first one to raise my hand and say, no, bullshit, you shouldn't be doing that. You're lying, you're scamming, because I don't believe in the whole politically correct. I'm for the guy that's starting. I want to help people get, as long as you're not lazy and you're willing to work. I love helping people that are, that want to accomplish things. Okay, so enough about me. I'm gonna start talking about the marketing stuff, but I think it's important for you to know a little bit about the person that you're listening to, right? And I think that's another big mistake that people make is they jump on board because they see a flashy sales page or a nice picture or something, like, oh, this guy, let me just listen to what this guy's teaching, and it's a shame. I did it all through college. I wanted to be financially independent. I was going to college and listening to lectures by guys that were driving a Toyota Tercel, you can't learn to become financially independent from people that have a boss or from people that are literally struggling themselves. So I learned the basic principles of selling when I was doing door-to-door sales. It was a tough racket, really, really tough racket. Anybody that's in sales or that has done face-to-face, door-to-door selling understands what I'm talking about. I mean, there's a lot of apprehension. You've got 6 seconds to convince that person not to slam the door in your face, and you take a lot of objection, a lot of rejection. But you know what? It's not very unlike a sales page, right? You've got 6 seconds to smack them behind, right between the eyes and get them to stay on your page and keep listening to you and buy your product, right? So I'm going to talk to you about some of the things that we've learned. Now, Melinda and I built this 7-figure company called Higher Level Strategies right out of our house during the time that the economy of the United States, well, really of the whole world, went to crap. Now, I'm not going to get into politics or anything like that, and I'm not trying to say that the economy didn't take a dive, but the reality is that we built a huge business while most people complained about things that were happening to them. And our business continues to grow in the current climate. So, you know what? I'm not really the kind of person that tolerates bullshit, lazy excuses from people. Yeah, there are things that are affect our ability to build a business, but the reality is that Melinda and I have been able to do it, and I've got 0 special computer skills or anything like that. I'm still a one-finger typist, so if we can do this, anybody can do this. And like I said, we continue to grow even as things continue changing, even as the internet marketing industry continues to evolve. And that's what I'm going to talk about right now. I'm going to go over those 4 real important things that I told you we were able to grab hold of and change. Now, when you say, well, why do you keep mentioning the evolution? What the heck are you talking about? Look, I made the comparison between smartphones and beepers, right? Well, here's what's really happening right now, just so you understand how fast things are changing and how you need to be keeping up and what you need to be doing. There's actually a company right now called Spark that's doing this. Cows, this is true. Remember, I'll give you the source of all this data. This is true. Cows are online. There's a company called Spark that's using wireless sensors on cattle so that when one of them is sick or pregnant, it sends a message to the farmer. And each cow transmits 200 megabytes per year across the web, right? So farm animals are connected to the internet. Not just, you know, are we carrying around the internet on our hips nowadays, but we're talking about cows here. That are transmitting data to a farmer. Here's some other really important things to know. In 2008, not too long ago, the number of things that were connected to the internet, it actually exceeded the number of people on the planet. So, and look around your house. Look around where you're sitting right now and think, well, how many things in your immediate area are connected to the internet or can connect to the internet? From your phone, your laptops, your PC. Heck, my car even connects to the internet now, right? By 2011, 20 houses were generating more internet traffic than the entire web did in 2003. So in that short period of time, it just exploded, right? The use of the internet just exploded. And this is super cool, which I'm going to expand on in a second. The Corventis company, they actually have a wireless cardiac monitor that allows physicians to check our hearts online. So it literally can transmit the information about your heart online so that a doctor can view it in real time, just like farmers and their cows, right? So this is what we're doing nowadays. Now, I'm sure that at least one person on here has gotten an EKG before, all right? So has anybody ever had an EKG done at the hospital? Now, I can tell you this. When I was a paramedic and I was working on the ambulance, we used to have to connect 12 leads. Like there was these little electrodes and little sticky things, and heck, I can remember back when I was a kid, there was these little suction cups, and I remember going to the doctor with my dad. But anyway, some of you guys, I'm showing my age now, but some of you guys can remember this. There's little electrodes. Well, you know what? I've actually got an app on my iPhone now. That little device that you're looking at right there, it's actually a cover, a cell phone cover. Your phone snaps into it. You turn on the app. You put one thumb on each one of those little metallic imprints there, and it gives you your EKG. It interprets it. It sends it to your doctor. I have this on my iPhone right now. Every time I go to my mom's house, I run a 60-second EKG, and I can email it to myself. I can show it to the doctor. It gives me this is the world that we live in right now, okay? This is reality, and it actually is a little scary. Any Star Trek fans out there? Look at that. They're damn it, Jim. I'm a doctor, not a magician. You know, there he is. Bones back in the 70s. That was the tricorder. Look at even in the years of sci-fi, the tricorder has been, you know, evolving. Look at the, you know, in the 80s and early 90s actually, the new generation tricorder in the middle of that. And then look at this over here on the end, right? So is it really crazy for us to think that in the near future with your smartphone we'll be able to get more than just an EKG? Maybe we can actually do check our, you know, there'll be some little strip that plugs into the headphone jack, and then you can check your blood sugar or what else. You know, I mean, I'm trying to get your mind to really open up to how fast things are changing. Why is this important? Well, because this is the industry that you've chosen to do business in. And it's important that you realize that you're not going to be successful if you're following an ebook that was written by some clown who's never really made much money online. And it was just rehashed PLR product that he downloaded that was actually written like 3 years ago. Look, the brand, and I'm going to do my best. I hope nobody laughs at me, especially not Rich. I'm going to do my best at this number here. I've done it a couple times before. I think I've got it down pat. With the new IPv6, and that don't get scared by that. It just stands for Internet Protocol version 6. We are actually going to have 340 undecillion, 282 decillion, 366 nonillion, 920 octillion, 938 septillion, 463 sextillion, 463 quintillion, 374 quadrillion, 607 trillion, 431 billion, 768 million, 211,411 possible internet addresses. That's 100 for every atom on the face of the planet. So remember, we used to have one for every human. Right now it's 100 for every atom. The information that I talked to you about today, about the internet cows and the Corventus group, all that, it's all data that's compiled by a company called Cisco IBSG, Internet Business Bureau. I forget what the IBSG stands for, but they're a very reputable company, and this is reality. This is the industry that you've chosen to do business in. What is this marketing apocalypse, these 4 things that are changing? Look, they are changing, but like I said before, it's not all doom and gloom. As long as you're willing to adapt and evolve, well, you know what, you're probably not only going to survive these changes, but you're probably going to capitalize from them. And these are the 4 big ones, the 4 big areas of improvement that we found in our business that I'm going to elaborate on extensively. And this is the part where you're going to want to grab your pen, all right? So email deliverability, email deliverability. It has plummeted. It has gone down. And I'm going to talk to you about how we compensate for that and how we actually continue growing our list even though things have changed drastically. Affiliate marketing bonuses, they're a catch-22, and everybody's shopping for bonuses now before they buy a product. You know, so if you're going to be an affiliate marketer, you better get used to doing bonuses, right? So we're going to talk a little bit about that and how things have changed in that arena. Social media screw-ups, right? You know, when I started building my business, Facebook and Twitter weren't what they are now. I mean, they existed, but it wasn't what it is now. And a lot of people totally destroy their image, their brand, just because they don't know how to handle social media properly. They do it all wrong. And the product launch model, this is probably one of the biggest one. And this is the feast or famine problem that people run into, right? You get into internet marketing, oh, well, I got to launch a product, right? And then you spend all this time creating and launching a product, and you rush it, you launch it, you make a little bit of money, and then what happens, you use up that money, got to launch another product, so you're either eating good or you're starving. It's feast or famine. So let's start with the email marketing part of it. All right, we're going to go fast. Email deliverability has decreased by at least 50%, and you need to be aware of how to compensate for this downturn. The reality is that email clients are smarter, but an email client like Gmail, AOL, whatever service you use, I recommend obviously Gmail, but you know what, the reality is that they've been compiling data from those little spam complaints for years now. They provide the service for free. You know, your email client reads your emails before you do. They've become very, very good at identifying what's a marketing email. They've really, really done a good job of trying to segment marketers and keep us out of the inbox, right? You know, you go to, if I were to send you an email right now about, I don't know, let's say I'm shopping for a car, and I say to you, hey, hi John, this is, or let's say I send Rich an email. I say, hey Rich, I'm actually thinking about buying a Honda Accord, blah, 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 blah. Before Rich even opens my email, there's going to be an ad for Honda Accord on the sidebar, right? Because this is the kind of thing that they do. They read your emails, and they've got all this data, all this behavior data compiled after all these years of them providing this free service and all these people clicking the spam button. So they've actually got, now they've got spam houses, and there's all kinds of blacklists and things that didn't exist 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago. So now, you know, it's harder to get into the inbox. And the reality is that I can remember about 3 years ago, let's say right now I have over 60,000 subscribers. About 3.5 years ago, I had half that amount of people on my list. I had about 30,000. And I could send an email to those 30,000 people, and that email would result in about 1,000 clicks to an offer. On average, sometimes less, sometimes more. You know how it works, depending on how good the copy is and how good my subject line and all that is. But the point is that I would email 30,000 people, and I could generally send about 1,000 clicks. Now, with twice as many people on my list, 60,000 plus people, I send an email. I'm lucky if I can generate half the clicks, 500 clicks. So you're saying to yourself, well, that's crazy. You should be generating 2,000 clicks now, right? But that isn't what's happened. What's happened is that it's because it's harder and harder to get those emails in front of the eyeballs of the people that you're sending them to. But you know what? It's not doom and gloom. Why? Why do I still continue to grow my list, and why am I making more money now from email marketing than ever? Well, because, you know, all kinds of new technologies that have surfaced. So just like Gmail and all the email clients got better at actually filtering you, guess what? We got better at list building. Now we've got things like two-step opt-in pages, not double opt-in that you go and confirm. I'm talking about things like lead pages, right, that have literally doubled and even tripled the conversion rate of an opt-in form. And now that, you know, if you got half the deliverability, but you're getting twice the opt-ins, one thing kind of compensates for the other. What's another thing? How about social APIs? Now, an API just stands for the connectivity between two websites, but I'm sure you've seen that there's websites now where you go to it and it's like you don't even have to type in your name and email, right? Have you ever seen that? Where it just says, hey, subscribe with Facebook, and you click one button. That's it. So there's less steps, and so obviously that's converting really highly. Not just that, but we now actually have different places to gather people. We no longer just have to build a list inside of an autoresponder. Now we can build groups and audiences inside of Facebook. I have, you know, I have 5,000 followers just in my regular Facebook account. Then we have the Facebook page. Then I've got over a dozen groups, each with 1,000 or so people. So I've got thousands and thousands of followers. I don't even count those as far as subscribers, but that's an audience that I can reach. So again, these things compensate for the email. So my point being here, if you're still doing things the way that we were doing them just as early as 2 years ago, you're getting left behind because you're not putting into effect all this new technology, the way that things are changing. Things change all the time. Let me tell you something. It is a different internet now than when you started watching this video, than when you started listening to me just a little while ago. That's how fast things change. Here's another way that we compensate with our email marketing. I don't mail my list every day anymore. I've learned that condensed, targeted campaigns actually outperform traditional mailing. I'm going to talk to you about something called the Crush campaign. It's based on urgency and fear of loss, and it raises impulse through a countdown. So here's what we've learned, okay? And again, write this down because it's a shocker. But, you know, we've built a 7-figure business doing clever things like this. Here's what we tested. Here's what we learned. And here's what people are starting to copy us on now because it simply works. You can send an email every single day for a week. Okay, so let's say 6 days. You can send an email once a day for 6 days, and maybe, and again, I'm just going to pull these numbers out of the hat for the purpose of the example. You mail once a day for 6 days, 6 emails over the course of a week, and you generate $1,000. Not bad, right? Okay, awesome. Here's what we learned. If we take those same 6 emails and send them out over half the time, over 3 days, using urgency and fear of loss with a countdown timer, by sending 1 email on day 1, 2 emails on day 2, and 3 emails on day 3, not only will you triple your income, but it's likely that you'll have less unsubscribes. Does that sound crazy to you? Yeah, I know you're, oh my God, no way. Okay, no problem. This works. This is the kind of thing that we've been doing to make up for all of those, email deliverability issues. And the reality is that deliverability has plummeted. You ask any marketer and they'll tell you. There's, if there's one thing that you can see just about any day of the week on Facebook is a marketer complaining about his email. Oh my God, my autoresponder is down again. Oh my God. There's always somebody complaining on Facebook about email deliverability. This is reality. Things like the Crush campaign, things like APIs that allow one-click opt-ins, things like lead pages that triple, they just astronomically increase the conversion rate of opt-in pages. They actually compensate for the decrease in the deliverability. So if you're not doing these things, if you're not keeping abreast of the new technology, the things that come out on a week-to-week basis, guess what? You're still doing it old school style. You're the guy with the beeper. You're wearing a beeper in a smartphone era, baby. Okay, let's talk about affiliate marketing. Getting excited because I am, because these things are awesome, because they can help you make more money. Promoting other people's products has become all about the bonus. Stop fighting it, because it just is. If you're in the internet marketing space, the make money online space, the personal development space, if you're generally promoting these sorts of information products, you're going to find it really, really hard to compete with marketers that have a bonus, because people have become trained to a product is launching. Let me type in the name of the product into Google, and then let me type bonus behind it and see what happens. And you know what's going to happen? They're going to come up with a whole bunch of other people that are promoting that same product with a bonus. And at the end of the day, remember that shiny object syndrome, people are going to be like, okay, well, let's see. I can spend the $50 and I could just get the product, or I can get the $50. I can spend the $50 and I can get the product and all this other stuff. And because we are a society that loves stuff, guess what's going to happen? You're not going to get that affiliate commission. That other guy with the bonuses. So stop fighting it. Instead, you got to learn and figure out ways to come up with bonuses and do this quickly and effortlessly and painlessly, right? So here's the thing with promoting other people's products that we've learned that have literally made all the difference for us. And it's the reason that you see myself and Melinda's names at the top of pretty much any leaderboard. At this day and time, and I'm not saying this to be cocky, but I'm just saying this to impress upon you that these tactics work. And the reality is that when my wife and Melinda get behind a product, there are not many product launch competitions that I am not either in the first or second place of that leaderboard when it's all said and done. The reality is that hit it and quit it is a poor man's philosophy. Here's what I mean by hit it and quit it. Way too many internet marketers, they think they're doing the right thing because they read that they should, oh, let me go promote this and let's see the EPCs. I'm going to send a test email. Oh, wow, I've got 50 clicks and I didn't make a sale. Oh, no good. Let me move on to the next one. Look, if you're trying to email for something different every single day, you're not going to get very, very good conversion rates. You're not going to get very good EPCs. And once in a while, you'll get that home run product. But the reality is that when you treat every promotion that you do as if it was your own launch, you're going to make so much more money. So much more money. And we've started planning out our promotions months in advance. The days of you contacting me or my wife and saying, hey, Omar, I've got a launch coming up next week. Sorry, dude. You should have told me about this launch 2 months ago because I'm running a business. I'm not running a freaking charity. This isn't a game for me. I'm not going to see if maybe I can make some money by mailing for you in 2 days. No, I need time to prepare emails. I need time to prepare a bonus. Because I know the industry that I'm competing in requires that if I'm going to generate money. I need to learn about your product. I need to review it. I need to shoot a video. I need to get in there. I need to test it, right? And you're hitting me up 3 days before your launch? Really? Good luck with that, bro. The reality is that when you treat every single promotion as if it was your own, your list loves you because you're not promoting a different thing every single day. You're maybe promoting 2, 3 things a month, and you're using things like the Crush campaign. So you're making more money. You're making 3 or 4 times more money by promoting a fraction of the amount of products that these clowns are trying to stay afloat with, mailing for every single day, making 20, 30 bucks a day if they're lucky. And I hear them bitching and moaning all the time on Facebook, right? So I'm sorry if I'm being a little bit too vulgar, too crude, or too upfront, but I'm being real. This is reality. Contests get your prospects to spread your bonus. And I learned this a few years ago. I actually started doing this. I tested it in one of my own launches, and I said, wow, it just worked like crazy. You know what I do? I realized that, hey, I want to compete because okay, let me first start by saying that it isn't just now that I have a list of 60,000 people that I'm getting on these leaderboards and that we're making all this money with affiliate marketing. I've been doing it for years. Long before the list came the leaderboards, came us winning competitions. Okay, so I don't buy into that, oh, yeah, well, Omar, yeah, because you got a list. No, shut up. Listen, get in line and listen. The reality is that if you are willing to think outside the box and find the traffic, you're going to win competitions. You're going to make money in affiliate marketing. So what I did is I tried to figure out ways that I could get my prospects to bring more prospects to my bonus offer. So I started running contests, and I use a plugin that actually allows me to award points to people that share my bonus to other people. So they're continuing to, it starts like a little avalanche, and it keeps track, and it gives them points for every person that they bring to my page. So then at the end, I've gotten all this traffic and all these people, and you know who drove the traffic was my customers. And I'm doing this not for my product launch, for somebody else's product launch. This is the kind of thing that you need time to set up. Another thing I learned about affiliate marketing is centralized bonus delivery and cross-bonus selling. I'm going to go into this in a minute here, but I realized that I need to cap it. When I've got a buyer, I've got a buyer. I learned this going door to door. You know, you knock on so many doors, you get so many door slams. It's so hard to find when people are home that when I finally get somebody that's interested in buying from me, I try to sell them everything I possibly can. So what we did is we realized, okay, well, we're giving away these bonuses. Why am I going to create a new bonus download page every single time that, that's silly. So what we did is we put all of our bonuses inside of one site, and I call it the Bonus Factory. So now somebody that buys a product through my affiliate link to claim this bonus, once they get into that members area to get their bonus, they see all of the other bonuses that I've offered. And they click on one, oh, wait, I didn't know that he did a bonus for that. Let me go, oh, wow, look at this. He offered this, he offered that. So you see what I'm doing now? By promoting this product with a bonus, I'm actually making sales for the last things that I've promoted as well. Here's another thing that a lot of people don't do. I utilize my bonus download page to push upsells that people might not have bought and again, I'm doing this for other people's launches. I put a logical effort into building a funnel for affiliate marketing just as much as I do for my own launches. I literally send people back to the upsell pages. So here's what I mean. You buy a product from me. As a matter of fact, you know what? I got a diagram. Here's the bonus funnel. Right over here on the left-hand side, I make a bonus offer. I create a viral contest. I usually build my bonus page in WordPress. And I use a plugin called Contest Burner, which actually pulls in traffic for me from Twitter, Facebook, Google+, Pinterest, from all the, even email traffic, from all the different social media sites. And what it does is it rewards my potential buyers. It rewards them for bringing me more potential buyers. Okay, so I run a contest where I give away some stuff, right? So it's an investment in my business. So what happens now is on the day that it launches, I have all this traffic that I've been building now through my contest for a couple weeks, and I send it all to the sales page for the offer that I'm promoting. They buy, and then once they buy, I tell them that they need to go to my help desk to claim their bonus. I'm going to say that again. I tell them that they need to go to my help desk to claim their bonus. A lot of people are like, oh, send an email to bonus@soandso.com. Why? How are you going to make money through that? You know what? When they're at my help desk, they're seeing offers for other things. They're seeing offers for coaching. I have a 1-800 number that they can call if they're interested in getting, a done-for-you service. Why not expose them to offers? What good is it if they send me an email request? No. They're still a buyer. You've got a buyer. You've got somebody that has proven that they like to spend money with you, and you just want to oh, okay, they bought already. Let me just get rid of them. Let me make an auto-response email for all these. Oh, my God, these bonus requests are so tedious. You're an idiot. I'm making money. I'm actually getting more people to buy more stuff by doing this way. I send them to the help desk. Then you know what we do? We create a membership site called the Bonus Factory. And all of my bonuses are delivered inside of the Bonus Factory. So here's the way that this works. They actually submit a support ticket. They get a username and a password, and they are added to the membership level for the bonus that they just bought. So inside of this Bonus Factory WordPress site, we use wishlist. We use a membership script, and we have a membership level for every single bonus. So if you just bought, let's say, I don't know, a product called the Contest Leaderboard, and I offered a bonus for the Contest Leaderboard. When you log in to the Bonus Factory, you are a Contest Leaderboard bonus member. But you're going to see other bonuses there, and you might buy something else. And when you come back to my help desk again asking for the bonus for that, now we're going to add, and now you're going to be a Contest Leaderboard bonus member, as well as we're going to give you access to that other membership level where that other one is. So here's the cool thing, though, right? You've got access to your bonus level, but you know what I do? If you bought the Contest Leaderboard in order to get in here, you know what I'm going to do the moment that you log into your bonus level? I'm going to show you a pop-up that says, hey, by the way, we've just added some more bonuses. Now, these bonuses are only available to people that bought the upsell of the product. Click here if you didn't buy the upsell. And then I introduce you again into the affiliate, into the vendor's funnel. I send you directly to their upsell page this time, right? So, you know what? I'm continuing to make money from people that already got, this is called the bonus funnel. Okay, it's called thinking outside of the box. So people are seeing all your prior bonuses, right? Because I have them in there as teasers. I don't just lock it away. People are so protective. They go, oh, no, I don't want them to see what else is. No, I let them see what they're missing. I let them see all the membership levels that they don't have access to. When they click on it, it says, sorry, you don't have access to this. You need to buy that bonus. So they're seeing all of that stuff. They're seeing offers on my help desk. I'm reintroducing them into the funnel for the product I'm promoting. I'm using viral contests to get my prospects to bring me more prospects. Do you see the power here? Do you see how, did anywhere in this bonus funnel did I say you need to have a huge list for this to work? No, absolutely not. Because you know what? I had to figure out a way before I had a list to start making money and to start getting on these leaderboards so that I could grow my list. And that's exactly what I did. Social media. Oh, man. People screw this up left. It's comical. It's sad and comical at the same time, right? The average marketer does social media wrong, and it only ends up getting their accounts banned and or irreparably damaging their reputation. Right now, there's a couple of real big social media marketers who've lost their accounts, and everybody's like, oh, well, what happened? You know, yeah, because you're not doing it right. You know, and here's the reality. Your customers, your partners, every single person in the industry, they're all on Facebook. Make no mistake about it. If you are not using Facebook in a way that's conducive to the long-term building of your business, you know what? You're doing it wrong. You're screwing it up. The reality is that the like button has become the new currency. Back when I started in internet marketing, you go to an internet marketing event, you shake somebody's hand and say, hey, okay, how long have you been doing this? Great. Do you have a list? Excellent. How many people do you have on your list? Oh, I got 100,000. Oh, awesome. I'd love to do a JV with you. Nowadays, you know, back then you had to trust them, right? I don't know how many people he's got until he tries to promote for me. But now you tell me, oh yeah, I got a list. I'll go to your Facebook page and I can see nobody likes you. The like button has become the new currency. If I go to your Facebook page and you have like, 100 likes or 100 friends, it's like, okay, you're a person of influence. You're a big-time marketer. Yeah, okay, buddy. Look, here's a lesson that I learned the hard way that has led me to making a lot more money and enjoying my business a lot more. Be yourself. People can sense if you're genuine. People can sense if you're talking in your radio voice and you're pretending to be something you're not. People can sense that. People can sense if you're trying to appeal to everyone. I know that not everybody's going to like me, man. Look, there's a huge socioeconomic scale. On one end, you got doctors. On the other end, you got ditch diggers. We all fall somewhere on that socioeconomic scale. You can get all offended, call me a racist, call me whatever the hell you want to call me, but the reality is there are different types of people out there, and you can't appeal to everyone. You have to just be yourself, and that's it. And just appeal to the people that you appeal to, but just be genuine. Those people will be your customers. Those people will be your followers. The surefire way to screw things up and run a business that you hate having to turn the computer on for every single day is to put up a fake persona, to pretend to be somebody that you're not, to bite your tongue and to swallow your pride when somebody says something that you don't like or when somebody behaves a way that you don't approve of just because they're a potential customer and you don't want to ruin that potential future JV. I say bullshit. I call a spade. I am myself. You know what? I do talk about politics, religion, and things that are important to me in social media. I don't care. You know what? People say to me, Omar, you shouldn't talk about, politics. Okay, why? Well, because, somebody might not agree with you. Okay, so who cares? I'm a Christian. I don't go preaching out there. I'm not knocking on doors trying to get people to sign up to my religion or anything like that, but I don't hide it. And that's the kind of thing that I'm talking about. I started being myself on social media. People say, oh, well, you're going to push some people away. That might be true. But you know who I pushed away? I pushed away people that wouldn't like me. I pushed away people that I didn't want to be with anyway. And you know what concurrently happened? I got twice as many people that do like me, that are like me, and that they actually started following me. So it actually behooves you to be yourself. Assemble your tribe. Assemble your followers. Here's the cool thing. When you're yourself and you assemble people like you. Now look, please, and as you can see my last thing that I wrote on this slide, this doesn't mean, I'm not giving you a pass to go be a douche, okay? You shouldn't go and be rude and behave poorly and just be a bully. No, you need to be a good person, but you shouldn't change who you are to try to appeal to other people. You know what I mean? I don't go insult anyone on purpose. I don't do anything like that, but the reality is that when you're yourself, you'll be able to assemble tribes. You'll be able to form groups. And in those groups, in those tribes, people will revere you. Let me tell you something. I go into my Facebook groups, my private Facebook groups that I've assembled of customers, of followers, people that have literally asked to join me. I post something in there. Oh, I get dozens and dozens of comments and likes. And I'm revered in that group because I assembled it. So again, be yourself. Product launching. Had to talk about this. A lot of people get into that feast or famine model because they fail to reverse engineer a business funnel. So many people come to me, well, how do I get traffic to my site? You've lost. You've already lost. You've already lost. If you are pondering that question, you've already put the cart before the horse. Erase, start over. It's a do-over for you, okay? You followed somebody's training that told you that the first thing you should do is create a product, and now you've got a product, you have no idea how to get traffic, right? You screwed it up, reset button, start again. You need to assemble, don't build a sales funnel, build a business funnel. Something that rewards affiliates big on the front and sells for you on the back, okay? Very, very important part of this business. Consumer apprehension nowadays is through the roof. You know it. I know it. And the reality is that government oversight is something that's coming down the pike. Don't freak out. I'm going to give you a couple of tips here. But the reality is that there is so much scamming out there. There's so much stuff that happens out there that your customers, people have been scammed. And now they come with those apprehensions from their past experiences. That's how they show up to your sales page. You've got an uphill battle from the minute that they land on your sales page when you're launching a product. You know, they've become desensitized to things that used to work. No, you're not surprising anybody when you say, but wait, there's more. Stop before you continue. You're not. They know. You know what? Everybody's bought something on Amazon or somewhere at the bottom. They see the thing that says, people that bought this product also bought, and a bunch of pictures of arbitrary things. You know, we know what cross-selling is. We know what upselling is. You're not fooling or tricking anyone. So you've got to adapt the way that you're launching products nowadays. Reciprocation, that's something that's an impossible predicament. You know, if you are still thinking that you are going to get people to promote for you by you promising to promote for them, let me tell you something. You need to rethink things. My last launch, I had over 600 affiliates. There is no possible way on God's green earth that I could reciprocate and mail for all 600 of those people. I'd literally have to mail for like 2 things a day, 2 different things a day for the rest of the year. It's impossible. Here's another thing. Earnings per click, EPC, always trumps politics, period. You know, when you're launching a product, the most important thing that you have to worry about on that front, if you want that product to be successful, is the earnings per click that your affiliate is going to make. If you're focusing on the front end of that product on anything other than that, your product is not going to do well. You need to be able to attract and equip your JVs with tools. The EPC is going to attract them, but you need to then equip them. You need to give them the right tools and training, and you need to tell them how you want them to promote. You need to, I'm going to say it again, I'll say it 10 times. You need to tell them what you want them to do for you, and you need to give them the tools to do it. If I said to you, hey, how many times do you want me to mail for you during this launch week? You're launching a product for 7 days. How many times in those 7 days do you want me to mail for you? You'd probably say, well, hey, I want you to mail, you know, every day. If you did, you'd be silly, because if you asked me, I'd say, well, I want you to mail 10 times a day. I want you to mail your list 10 times a day. I want you to mail 70 times, at least 70 to 100 times in a week. That's what I want. I know you won't do that, but, you know, the reality is that so many people say to me, well, Omar, yeah, no, I'd like for you to mail every day. Oh, okay, you want me to mail 7 times. Oh, okay, yeah, awesome. Where's the swipes? Where's the email swipes? Here you go. And I go, and they got 3 emails. So wait, you want me to mail 7 times, but you've got 3 swipe emails? What the hell is that? You know, you should have 20 swipe emails in there for me to pick from. Each one of those should have 10 subject lines that you've tested. You should have banners. You should have blog posts. You should have Facebook ads. You should have all that stuff for me. Then you should show, because you know what? When you get hired for any sales position anywhere, the company gives you the things you need to do your job. And if I'm recruiting you to sell for me as an affiliate, I need to give you the things you need to do your job, especially when I know that you're an entrepreneur, you have your own business, and you've got no time. So, again, all these little things affect whether or not your product launch is going to succeed nowadays. Front-end loss leader and welcome page strategy. That's what we've been doing a lot of that has led to quite a bit of money. I realized a long time ago that what I need to focus on in my business for making money is the back end. We need to have a big back end business funnel. The front end of a product launch, that is 100% for the affiliate. Sometimes I'll give 50%, 60%. The funnel, the whole purpose of that front end low ticket product is really for the affiliate. Whenever somebody comes to me and says, Omar, I get this product, it's got 12 videos, got a PDF. What do you think I should price it at? It doesn't matter. What you price it at doesn't matter. What do you need to price it at in order to get a ton of affiliates on board? Oh, I don't know. If that's what you're looking at, you again, hit the reset button because you're doing it wrong. You need to be focusing on what you're doing on the back end. Be transparent and carry a deep business funnel. On the front end, I say to people, hey, look, no surprises. I've got this, this, and this, okay? So all my offers are right on the front page. Now I think I got a picture of it. Here we go. I'll do something like this. You see option 1, option 2, option 3. Look, option 1 is $7, the basic member. Option 2 is $27, you're a pro. Option 3 is max. Pick the one. Pick the one that's best for you. And you know what? 97 or something, like, don't quote me because I don't remember. I don't have the data in front of me, but it's in the upper 90 percentile of people are going to take the highest option anyway. That's a reality. Something like 3 or 4% take the lower options. But the reality is that now you come off looking like a hero because you were transparent. You're not launching a product. You're building a business. You actually have to reverse engineer your business. If you're focusing on what should the price be of my product, then you're not. It's because you don't have enough products. You know what? In my company, I have a $32,000 product. At the present time, that's the highest product that you can buy. It's $32,000. You know what I do for $32,000? For $32,000, I actually fly you in from anywhere on the planet. You're going to get picked up by a limousine at the airport where we're going to take you over to a beautiful dinner. We're going to take you, my wife is going to take out your wife or what have you. We're going to go and watch an Orlando Magic game. And the next day we're going to meet in the conference room of that 5-star hotel that I booked you in. We're going to sit side by side where I'm going to show you my business. And we're going to have a strategy session, me and you. We're going to have my team on video conference. And we're going to get you a business plan. We're gonna and you know what? When we're done with that, I'm gonna have my team build it for you. Then I'm gonna follow up with you with a series of 10 calls. That's my 32K plan. But I understand not everybody can afford that. So you know what? For 21K, we pretty much do the same thing, but I don't fly you in. So we'll do those calls via Skype. We'll do video conferencing and stuff like that. But my team still builds everything for you. And then for 14K, you get kind of half the package. We build some of it for you. I still do the coaching and stuff like that. For 7K, I actually get my marketing. I actually have a marketing manager that works for us. I'll have him on the call with you. I'll probably do 1 or 2 calls. My team still builds part of the thing out for you. Do you see what I'm talking about here? My big package is everything, and then I reverse engineer things. So I'm like, okay, well, if the guy can't afford 32K, what can I do for half of that? What can I do for a third of that? And I keep going down and down and down. And 997 might be just a digital version of just me recorded, teaching you these things on video. Maybe for less than that, maybe I have an audio course with a book that I've written, and then maybe we could do the a monthly call or something like that, or you know what I mean? And that'll be the $497. Then we've got a $297. Maybe we can get you into the My Unfair Advantage program, or we can download some of my other stuff, maybe get my software tools and things like that. But it's all about getting my customers through this funnel. And ideally, I want to bring them as many people as I possibly can. I want to expose as many people as I possibly can to that $32,000 offer. This is a business. This is called building a business. The front end, who cares whether it's $9.95 or $9.97 or $12.63? I just whatever price it has to be to get me a whole bunch of people to look at those other offers. That's how you market. That's how you actually get people. And if I know that the way to get a lot of people into this offer is to reward my affiliates, then I'm going to give them 100% commission, or as much commission as I possibly can. I'm going to do everything I can for them. I'm going to make sure I'm using JVZoo so that they get instantly paid out. I'm going to make sure that we're having contests. I'm going to make sure I have a live leaderboard. I'm going to do every single possible thing to stimulate and motivate my affiliate and get them to mail and mail and mail and mail. Why? Because my money is going to be made in the back of my business funnel that I've reverse engineered. I let my customer pick the package on the front end. I come out looking like a hero. My affiliate makes all the money, so he keeps driving traffic and traffic. And in the back, here I am happy as a pig in shit because I'm collecting money from all these other packages that I offer. And everybody wins. Why? Because my customer is actually getting the service that he actually needs. He's actually getting a custom-tailored business built for him. I'm sitting down with him. I'm actually working with him. Do you understand? Do you see how this actually, it's a business built to benefit everyone. It's called reverse engineering your business funnel, and it's made all the difference for me. I talked a little bit about, the welcome page strategy. I'm gonna cover this because it's so important. I added it in here, and I'm trying to go as fast as I can. So much stuff. I think I might have added too much content in here. You guys enjoying this? I hope I get a little excited when I teach, right? So, all right, your welcome page in all of your members. First of all, every single product that you're delivering to people, you should be delivering it inside of a membership site, simply because it's better and it'll make you more money long term. So once they get into my membership site, I break down my welcome page into 3 segments. The top segment is basically a little welcome email for me. I show them what their username is, to, they can update their profile and things like that. But then the second part, right there, that step box, that part in blue, that is responsible for, I can't even tell you how much money this has made. That step box has added tens of thousands of dollars to the bottom line of every single launch I've ever made. And the way that I do it is I simply just ask the user to follow 3 steps once they get in. The first step is to whitelist their email address. The second step is to register for a bonus training, which will be some sort of webinar or something where I'm going to present my next higher offer in that whole $32,000 funnel, right? Okay, the next product might be a $297 offer or something like that. That's where they get that offer. And then the next thing is a Facebook group. Again, it's all about assembling that tribe into a place that you'll be revered. And this right here decreases support. It increases your profit long term because you can get your whitelisting your email actually gets deliverability improvement, and it adds a spike in income to the launch. The other thing, as you can see at the bottom there, I offer a bonus, an unadvertised bonus. That bottom third of your welcome page is the most underused and profitable real estate that you have, internet real estate that you have. What works best for us on that bottom part is a hosting offer. We've tested a lot of different things there. A hosting offer that gives them something for free. So I might give them a free software tool if they buy this hosting plan. I might give them a free website. I do something for them for free on that part of the page in order to get them to buy something else. Okay, so again, these are the things that work for us. Now, I could go on and on and on about little things that we've done. There's money right under your nose if you're building an internet marketing business. Cart abandon rates, step pages. I actually, so many people, it's funny when I see people doing this because they think it's about making. They think internet marketing and building a 7-figure business is about selling $9 ebooks on JVZoo, and that's just the beginning of it. That's not even a pimple on the butt of what internet marketing is. Okay, when you're actually selling people the right way, you're not just giving them a payment button and then giving them a download link to get their product afterwards. You'd have to sell a gazillion amount of products to make a living that way. That's just hard work. Instead, I do things like, they click the order to buy, then I take them to a confirmation page. I take them to a confirmation page because I want to be able to retarget them. And if I send them directly to the JVZoo order page, I can't put a retargeting pixel on there, not yet. I can't put an exit pop on that page. I can't control that page. So I send them to a step 1 page. And step 1 says, hey, you're about to purchase this, 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 and this. Click here to continue. Right? The purpose of that page is that if somebody closes it, it's going to give them a pop-up offer and say, hey, wait, before you go, why don't you opt in for this pre-report? So again, now it's giving me another way to reintroduce them into the funnel, right? You got to think outside the box. Another reason for this is so that I can put a retargeting pixel on there. So if they do leave, I can still keep following them around the internet. On Facebook, they can see the ad to come back and try to reintroduce them into the funnel. I can't do any of that if I'm sending them right from my sales page directly to the payment page at PayPal or JVZoo or whatever. Resources, done-for-you offers, consulting, all of these things can be offered inside of your membership site on a separate tab. Additional resources. Hey, we have a done-for-you service. Do you like this site that you're on right now? Well, we built it, and we can build one for you. Here's our phone number. Give us a call. Speaking of phone numbers, right beneath that there, Grasshopper. Go to grasshopper.com for $9 a month and get yourself a 1-800 line. The 1-800 line, when somebody calls it, leaves a message, it gets sent as an MP3 right to your email inbox. It's awesome service. Your customers love it. And you know what? It elevates your business standing. It makes you look more professional. It makes you look better. And you can put that number on your help desk. You can put that number, but again, you can offer these things like done-for-you services, like consulting, $197 an hour. That's what I started. I charge a lot more per hour now, but I started, and you know what? People get into your site, they buy your product, they start following you, maybe they buy 2 things from you, they start saying, wow, man, I really like this guy, I want to build a business like him, and then all of a sudden they think, well, for $197 I can book a call with this person. And you know what? When you're constantly exposing people to this, we all the time people are calling for content, and you know what happens on that consultation call? I give them 1 hour of rock solid content, like I'm doing with you right now. Then you know what? I give them an additional 30 minutes, and in the additional 30 minutes, I talk to them about how they should buy a $14,000 or $21,000 package so that my team can build their business for them. Bonus funnels, like I displayed before, actually reintegrating people into all of these things, okay, all of these things. This is the money that was right under our noses for years that I didn't know about because I was listening to all the regurgitated, rehashed crap from these PLR ebooks that were written years ago that people were launching, and I was buying, thinking, oh, well, that's what I got to do. I got to build a list to make money online, right? Evolution. Wow, I get out of breath. I get so excited. I hope you're enjoying this. It really comes down to evolution, period. You've got to keep up in order to continue making progress and to continue making money. The reality is that Melinda and I have done this. We've actually stayed ahead of the curve, and I'm going to talk to you now about the product that we've built. We actually created something that we consider the evolution solution. In the process of building our business, all under one roof, we inserted every tool, we inserted everything. I log into this website called My Unfair Advantage every single day. Everything that I use in the running of my business, I put into this website. And whenever I get a new tool or we have our programming team or somebody builds something, guess where it goes? It goes right into My Unfair Advantage. As a matter of fact, I could probably try to explain it to you, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to break every rule. I'm probably going to get yelled at by Rich. I'm going to break every rule in the, I know we're going fast here, but I'm going to break every rule in the webinar handbook, and I'm going to go to the internet. I'm just going to close my presentation. That's our beautiful dog, Roxy. Huh. Let me go to, I just want to show you exactly what I'm talking about, okay? So I'm going to log in right now to My Unfair Advantage. So you can see what I'm talking about when I say the evolution solution, right? The site that has everything that you need under one roof, okay? Now, I could probably spend a full 24 hours if I were to show you all 260 plus pages of content, software, tools, everything that's in this site. But right here, we are in the dashboard, all right? And as you can see, here's my step box. This is a horizontal step box, actually, now that I've been testing out. Step 1, Step 2, Step 3. Here's a welcome video. These are some quick links to the most used pages. And then I've got portals down here. So, for example, if I need any of the list building tools real quick, here's all my list building hot links, and it links to all of the material, all the tools, software, templates, my autoresponder, Rolodex, my safe list stuff, my solo ad stuff, archive webinar, anything that has to do with list building right here in the page. And you know what? I've got it for like running webinars, for all the business resources and things like that. We also had a special custom, and this is running on WordPress. We had a custom search feature built because the regular WordPress search, it sucks. So I actually had my programming team build this. So like, let's say you were looking for some sort of list building. You need, I don't know, you were building your list and you wanted to see what kind of tools there were for list building. You literally just type in list building here, and you can see you got the Buzz and our list building funnels, list building bootcamp, power list, traffic, all of this stuff here. And I mean, there's 4 pages of stuff all about list building inside of this site. This is all custom content software. This is stuff that I'm using myself in my business right now. Now, one of the things that we learned, I started selling this site, memberships, 4 years ago. I started selling it from stage. I speak on stage all over the world, and we needed a product to sell from stage. So we actually used to sell this for, I think it was like $1,500 to get in. And what we would do is, well, what we learned right away was that there was a lot of people at different stages of the game. Some people are brand new, and they would freak out. They'd come in and go, oh my God, I'm not ready to use the list building software yet. Like, what do I do? You know, so we realized that we had to have a little bit in there for everybody. So I assembled it from left to right, literally on the nav bar. If someone were to follow, they would have beginner section over here on the left, and then it would end up at the expert section all the way over here on the right. And in between, everybody falls somewhere on that scale in between. This is a very community-oriented site, okay? You'll notice here, like if you go to the news section, we have you know, blog posts, things that are shared by our members. But what I want to bring your attention to here's something that has paid huge dividends for us in building relationships with our people. A suggestion box. Something so easy like that. When was the last time that you remembered a website that had a suggestion box where you could actually leave a comment and say, hey, you know what, I'd like to see this, or I think you can improve on that, or could you add some more information about this, or maybe this week on the training call you could teach about XYZ, right? So that's done really well for us. The beginner section, probably one of the most robust beginner sections you'll see anywhere on the internet. And you know, I talk about everything from the difference between marketing and selling, you know, domains and hosting, how to sell. I talk about social media marketing. And if you start at the very first one, I mean, I literally walk people by the hand. I take them by the hand. Day one, what you need to be doing. Day two, day three, day 4. So obviously, you know, everybody listening to me right now probably isn't at this beginner stage, but I want to let you know how meticulous I am about this. And I give all my material out in PDF, audio. You can stream the audio, you can download the PDF, you can watch the video, and it goes on and on. Now, after you've gone through this beginner section, you know, then we get into the tools, because I don't just talk about you know, what you need. I actually give you what you need, everything in here. Like for example, your own PLR product library. So we talked about how important it is to have bonuses and things like that, right? Well, in the PLR product library, you can actually go and get products that have already been professionally created by our team, graphics and everything. You can modify them using the software that I have built into the website here. And you're an instant author, so you can instantly use things for, you know, you can actually use them as bonuses. You don't have, you know, again, I told you got to become good at making bonuses and things like that. And the cool thing about this is that not only do I have all of these pre-created products here, but we've also got, let's see if I can get to the, let's go over here to the Buzz and Our list building section. Actually, the traffic and SEO section. I've got a section here where we have articles. We have two article libraries, and we've got over 170,000 articles. Okay, and these are all, it literally links you right to our database, right? So all in this are just the categories. So let's say you were in the air purifier niche. Look at all the articles we have in air purifying. You click on there and boom, there's that article. This one happens to be 728 words. So even imagine if you had to pay a couple of bucks for each one of these. We're talking over 170,000 articles are here. And you can use these to create your own products. You can use as bonuses. I have tools in here to help you. Right in here I explain how to drive traffic. Then we've got the list building tools. I mean, like I said, I could be here all day talking about all the things you got here. Website graphics, thousands and thousands of website graphics that you can literally download right from here, so you don't have to go and spend more money. I've got squeeze page templates here for you, dozens and dozens of them, templates for WordPress, templates for HTML. We've also got in here sales page templates with the pre-created sales page, you know, so you don't have to, you know, literally it's, you fill in the blanks. You follow, these are my sales page templates. This is the sales formulas that I use on my own sales pages today. And I mean, I've got video. I'm really, really big into video. I've launched several video creation products, and I have all my video tools right in here. So the animated bookend video clips, video player skins, background music loops. We actually have a professional. This isn't rehashed stuff that you'll find anywhere else, like what do they call that? Public domain or any of that. We actually hired a music producer to make over 60 music tracks for background loops, and I share that here with my the MUA family. Same thing with audio flares. These are actually 500 audio narrations that you can use. Again, lots and lots and lots of downloadable material here, and that's just the tools. And then we've actually got the programs, like for example, the Buzzinar, and this is where we start getting into software and plugins. Buzzinar is one of the coolest list building things that you'll ever see out there. This is actually a viral list tool that you can. I give you the software in both HTML as well as plugin. You can actually download it right from here. I have a video tutorial on how to use it, but it rewards people. It's like that rewarding software that when somebody comes to your site, you offer them something for free, a download or whatever. If they share on Facebook, on Twitter, on Pinterest, and that's software that we had custom built. I have the training here of, for example, I'll give you, hold on, let's go over to, I'll show you how, when we do a video course, right, we go all out, right? So this isn't like click here to download and then you got to unzip it. No, we've got a built-in jump menu here. So all of the videos here play right underneath them. You've got, let me show you the one of the other ones here. Let's go over to Speedy Profit Creator. Here's another video course. I have all the audio course, the video course, the product library. Let's see here. I'll go over to let's go over to the SPC videos. There's another software tool here, but you'll see here in this video. Come over to the let's go to the software on this one, SPC software. I'm going to click on here. Now, this is the tool that actually you can create products with this tool. So you can literally make ebooks, reports, PDFs. You literally click right into here. The software is built right into the website. Okay, so there's nothing to download. There's nothing to install in your own computer. All of our tools, plugins, and softwares, everything is built right here at your fingertips. Now, we're on a live stream right now, so it's taking a little bit to open up. But what you'll see here in a second when this opens up is that you'll have all the fields to follow. You can copy and paste, and you can actually insert all of your material. You insert the URL for your cover, the product title. You can save. You can start a new file. You can save it. You can literally work every time you log into the site. So this is where we create our ebooks. You enter chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. You can enter your image links. You can edit your book, promote other products here, enter your affiliate link. You click the save button, and if you want to continue later, or you hit the render button, and it will spit out a beautifully formatted ebook for you with internal navigation, with footer links, with affiliate links, everything already done. So you don't have to be messing around with Microsoft Word and all that stuff. We literally had that problem. We were creating so many ebooks and reports that it was a pain in the ass. And we're like, well, we need to build a tool. So we hired a team that built this tool for us, and now we share it with all of our members. And whenever I go to create a product, this is where I go. I talk a lot about how to create videos. I give you the tools. I actually teach people how to create those nice Apple-style videos, and I actually show how we did this on stage. For example, what we did is I actually ran an event last year. It was called the coolest marketing event ever, where I literally from stage taught how I used my iPhone to record video, and all of that training is in here. All of that training is actually in here. You can actually see me demonstrating how I use my iPhone to create my video. I have training in here about how to create graphics, how to make video, how to use, household items to create a little recording studio in your own house, everything on a budget. And I also show you how to attract JVs and launch your own product. But you know what? Now at this point, I'm just kind of showboating. Let me just tell you the one most well-regarded parts of my Unfair Advantage, and that is the live weekly training. We do a live webinar every single Thursday night. Okay, we've been doing it for the last 4 years, actually a little over 4 years. Since 2010, we've been doing these, and these webinars are like no other webinar that you've ever been on. This is like a cross between Howard Stern and internet marketing, right? I have a presentation that I do every single week, so my members know exactly what I'm doing in my business this week. They're not, you know, they can ask me questions right now. If they're running into, you know, things that are barriers and things that are stopping them from building a business, I can answer their questions right now. I often just, you know, if you're struggling with something, sometimes I can even take over your screen using the GoToWebinar technology and help you break past it. So you never have to worry about, oh my God, it's old. When was this? You know, this used to work a year ago. What's he doing now? Every single webinar that I'm on, I cover a different topic. Sometimes I have guests on there. Nothing is ever sold on these webinars. Some of these webinars are up to 3 hours long. We do them every single Thursday night. And here's the cool thing about it. Anybody that's a member can be part of these for life. And we've been doing these for so long now. Every single webinar is in the archives. So just the archives alone have well over, let's see, we just passed 215 webinars. This is the 2014 archives right here. So look at some of these things here. Psychological selling triggers, video sales letters, modern day list building, the launch Sigma. I had an open session Q&A in February. All of these webinars here, and literally just click on them, and they just open up in a light box, and you can see that webinar. So whether you attend live or not, you're always learning. You're always on the cutting edge of what's going on right now. Tons of resources in here about list building. And then I have a section here with just expert section where I've interviewed some of my millionaire marketing friends. I've also got all the videos from our live presentations of our event. So everybody that was on their site, there is I mean, there isn't a day that goes by that I don't log in here to use my own tools. I've put everything that I use in my business under one roof, and this has been the way that we've been able to stay ahead of the curve. So, all right, let me just go ahead and wrap things up for you. I know I've gone fast. I'm actually starting to lose my voice here. What I want to do, obviously, is I want to tell. Oh, there's 2,800 members. Let's see. At the time that I did this slide, I think we have a little bit more now, and it costs $497 a year to be a member. So let me just. Okay, if you know WordPress, you know what I'm doing right now is I'm going into the dashboard here, and I'm going to go into my users section because I want to show you how many active users we have. See how many members we have inside of MUA. 2803. Okay, so that was actually a pretty accurate slide. We actually have 2809. 6 people are administrators though, so that's my team, myself, my wife, and our team members are there. Okay, so let me go back over here to the slide. So if I, you know, were to you know, we're going to do a special for you right now. This costs $497 a year. This is what our members pay. Now, a couple times a year, I'll do a webinar like this where we'll run a special for a couple of days, and we'll let people in for a little bit less. But, you know, think about that. Think about the amount of money that we're making on a yearly basis and what people are paying to have access to all of this material year-round, to be able to attend live and ask me questions every single Thursday, for me to help them with their business every single Thursday night. This is such a cool family. It's such a cool group of people, and it's so valuable. There's actually $19,000, a little over, because, you know, we added it all up a while ago. But if you were to add up every product, every piece of software, every tool, every training course, every video, everything that's in this site, the retail value of this, $19,000. And, you know, this is why people have no problem paying $497 a year just to be part of this site, just so that they can stay ahead of the curve, just so that they can know what we're working on, and so that we can help them break through the barriers, so that we can help them adapt and evolve with all the changes and the things that are happening as they happen, so they don't get smacked in the side of the face with some new rule or some new thing that's going on, so that they are always ahead of the competition. So here's what we're going to do right now, because you're a special guest and you're here on this webinar. We're going to give we're going to allow 10 people in for $297, and that's a one-time fee, not a yearly fee. You don't have to pay every year. There's nothing monthly. There's no hidden gimmicks or upsells or downsells. You know how I roll. I already explained to you the way that we do business. Right up front, it's $297 for life, okay? And the only way that you can get that right now is if you're one of the first 10 people at myunfairadvantage.net/go/zoo. All lowercase, /go/zoo. Now, don't go to just myunfairadvantage.net, because, like I said, that's the regular page where people pay us $497 per year. So I don't want you to sign up there, because I'm doing a special right now just because you were invited here, and I want you to actually get this deal, and I want you to take advantage of it, but you need to hurry up because I assure you that right now there's, people are signing up. It happens whenever we run this special, and I don't want anybody to get left out. So myunfairadvantage.net/go/zoo. And look, I'm going to reiterate it, 100% transparent offer. You're not going to get any upsells once you get in there. There's no gimmicks. You're not going to get automatically signed up for any other stuff or anything like that. No bull crap. And I'm even going to put myself in a position where people can take advantage of me. I'm going to give you a 100% money-back guarantee for 30 days, which means that, since I've got so many downloadable softwares, tools, videos, I know you're not this type of person, but people could go in there, they could download all my stuff, they could attend my webinars and all, and then just say, you know what, I want the money back. But I know you're not that type of person. I know that the first time that you go in there, you're going to see how much stuff it is and how beneficial it's going to be to your business, that you're going to want to become a member and stay a member forever. So go to myunfaradvantage.net/go/zoo right now, because I really, really want to meet you, and I want to help you overcome the barriers, and I want to help you build the type of business that my wife and I have been able to build, and it's awesome. The freedom is there. I love what I do. I'm going to do it till the day that I die because I love what I do, and I want you to have that type of life too. My goal is to get every single one of our members, anybody that's willing to do the work, my goal is to get them to $1,000 per day. When I got my business to $1,000 per day, that's when I said, okay, I can quit my job. And shortly thereafter, I was able to convince my wife to quit her job. It took me a little convincing, but it really is an awesome lifestyle. Maybe you'd be happy with half of that. Maybe you'd be happy with making $500 a day. Well, I can help you get there, and all the tools that you need are inside of My Unfair Advantage, and all the coaching that you can get every Thursday night from me is going to help you do it. So myunfaradvantage.net/go/zoo. I want to thank you guys for listening. I hope I didn't ramble on too much. I really hope that you found some value in these things that I shared with you. This is all true, all real stuff that I've been able to do in my business.
Omar?
Hey.
You rambled on so much that I absolutely fell in love with everything that you had to offer. You got a couple of minutes where I can just throw in a couple of things and maybe take a question or two?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Awesome. First of all, I want to say thank you very much for coming on and taking care of everybody who I invited here, because it's so important to me that the people that are my associates that are on my list get the best information possible. And as I sat here, and once again, because this is not the first time I've heard this, folks, I've heard this last year at his event. I've seen a webinar from him prior to this. So I vet my webinars, obviously. He was at Marketing Mayhem, and it's the same stuff time after time, which tells me that since, well, you said 2010, you've been very consistent and have come through with everything that you have said here tonight. And the most important thing, and here's what I was thinking, Omar, and this was the awesome part about it, is that if I have a client that is looking for a product or any of the things that you offer, videos, there's two ways I could do this. A, I could turn him on to you and let him go to your site, or B, I could go to your site, do all the work, and charge him money that will make me more money, up to my $1,000. I love that $1,000 a day. You're giving me the opportunity to become an instant coach, to have my own business to where I have all the materials at my fingertips, stuff that has been proven. And I also like the part about you have the interviews with all of your other millionaires, and you said that very nice, which is you are who you associate with. And the bottom line is that you're giving an opportunity to everybody here to take advantage of this knowledge. Now, I know you gave a money-back guarantee, and that's awesome. But folks, let me tell you, if you get in there and you start going through all of this stuff, all you have to do is pick one or two things or three things that's going to help you in your internet marketing career or in your coaching career, or however you want to better yourself. Here's the ultimate resource. When you think about needing an answer at one particular time for a coach, or if somebody asks you something on a webinar, if you have an assistant that works with you, you can turn him on to this as well, and he can do the work for you, he or she. So, Omar, I knew it was a lot, but I've sat here for the past hour and 26 minutes enthralled. I know you said 2010. Is that when My Unfair Advantage started?
Yeah, actually, it was about 4 years after we started building our business, and we were already pretty established, making solid money and getting invited to speak on stage. And after the first 2 times that I spoke on stage, a couple of people said, well, Omar, we'd love to have you at our event, but you're going to need to sell something from stage because we need to make money. So I said, but I don't know, I don't have anything that we could sell for that much money. So we made a My Unfair Advantage, and we were selling it for $1,500. And then Melinda one day just said to me, she said, Omar, is it really an unfair advantage if we're charging people, $1,500? Like, we didn't have $1,500 when we first started. So we decided to lower it to $497 a year, and that's kind of been the sweet spot for it. And we've added so much material for it. So for the last 4 years, this has been the hub of our business. This has been, and we've loved the family. We're very, very protective of My Unfair Advantage. We have a Facebook group like none other. We're friends. We promote for one another. It's really, really become a really cool legacy. I'll never sell it. It's the one site that I'll keep forever and that I'll keep running. So yeah, for the last 4 years, and we just finished our 210th weekly webinar just last week.
I've got you beat. I've done over 400 of them, just with a bunch of different people. But but think about this. You've done 210. You just said, or 210. Is that correct?
Yeah, 210 weeks. Yes.
Of content just for your members alone. I mean, concentration,
right.
Just concentrating on, you said a key word, and I love that, and that's family. When you talk about, being part of a family, and you talk about this business, reputation is everything. Earlier in the program, Omar said that, he has no problem calling out somebody, and I remember somebody in particular that he was unhappy with, that he called out, and it didn't make him any less popular or any less unpopular. It just, he tells it like it is. And don't you want somebody in your life who's not necessarily a mentor? Because Omar, I don't know if I'd consider you a mentor or not. I think I'd consider you more of like my friend who's going to help me make money in this business, because the key word was family. And if you want to participate in an organization that considers you family, especially when you go to the events and you meet Omar, and Omar doesn't forget about you. You come to these events, he's ready to put his arms around you and go, look, I rented a mansion for a weekend. I know you've been a great guy to me and my family and Melinda. Why don't you come hang out with me at the mansion? Or, hey guys, you're all here to see me. Let's do a special workshop. I want you to meet some of my millionaire friends. That's the type of people you're getting involved with, guys and gals. I mean, I'm excited just to have the association, and I know you will too. Omar, it's awesome. Got a couple of questions. Somebody was asking about Facebook training in the course. Do you offer it?
Yeah, actually, I do. Now, I'm not a big Facebook selling guy. So what I teach a lot of in Facebook is the party principle. And here's one thing I'm going to tell you about Facebook. People don't go to Facebook when they're shopping, right? Because if you needed to buy something right now, a new pair of shoes or whatever, the first site you go to is not Facebook, right? So people don't go to Facebook to shop. But make no mistake about it, people buy stuff while they're on Facebook. It's just important that you're marketing to them the right way. So several of my webinars teach about this. I actually have a segment on my weekly webinars called the Facebook Moron of the Week, where I talk about some guy or girl that did something stupid that they shouldn't have done on social media. And we talk about this so that we all learn, and we kind of, give our opinions on stuff. So yes, but I'm not like the T-shirt guy. That's not, I sell digital information products. You touched on something very important, Rich. You said, hey, I can even go in there and I can learn to use these tools and then do things for clients. And that is true. And we have people that make ebooks. I have actually one guy that's a copywriter that uses the software that I just demonstrated. Well, I didn't demonstrate it, but I showed you the screen. He uses it to make reports and stuff for people, and he logs in all the time. Really good guy. But you know what? What I want to do is I want to get you to the position where you don't have to invest your time to make the money. I'm investing my Thursday nights because I love doing this, and we've done well, and I want to teach people. But I want to get your business to a point where it's on autopilot, and that's what I specialize in. I specialize in creating digital information products that are downloadable at any time. I'm not a big Facebook T-shirt guy. I don't do that. I know about it, but I'm not going to be teaching that. As a matter of fact, I've been getting really into Facebook ads and retargeting. I've got Facebook ads running constantly now, but I'm not actively teaching. That's really something I just started doing consistently about 7 months ago. And now at this point, I'm getting pretty comfortable to the point that I can start teaching it. I'm not that kind of guy that just goes and buys a product, listens to it, and then creates a product about the product that you know what I mean? I don't do that stuff. So when you see me teaching something about Facebook, it's because it's working for me, and I'll log into my own accounts on screen and show you what I'm doing, you know?
Funny that you mentioned that, all the experts on Facebook now. Oh, that was a poor impression of Arnold, huh? But sorry. That was Mark has given a testimonial who says, I'm an MUA member. I was looking at that and going, MUA. Yeah, hello, McFly. And he says, it's the best money I've ever spent on any internet product. Omar and Melissa, which he says met Melinda, sorry, are fantastic, and I endorse them wholeheartedly. Buying into MUA is a no-brainer, and I paid more too. That's a testimonial from somebody who listened to this right now.
Awesome. Who was that?
I don't want to embarrass the guy. He called her Melissa. All right, his name's Mark. Mark Core. Okay. You know that name?
Mark who?
Mark C-O-R. That's how he's got his last.
Mark Core. Oh, okay, okay.
Anyway, are you available if I join today?
Now.
If I join today, are you available if I really needed some help? Are you accessible?
Well, here's the thing, right? Obviously, for this kind of money, you've seen the packages that we sell. You know, I can't make myself 100% available. Like, I'm not giving people my cell phone number. But here's what we do. We actually have what I like to call the best support in the known universe, okay? You actually have our phone number and everything in there. It's an 800 number by Grasshopper, which actually sends me an SMS text message when somebody has left a message so that we know somebody's trying to get a hold of us. We don't outsource our support. Melinda handles the support personally every single day. That's her thing. So you're dealing with us directly. And I am there live every single Thursday. I'm also available by email and in the Facebook group. There's a lot of activity in the Facebook group. I answer every question, sometimes within hours. I always have Facebook open on one of my screens, and I answer all my. I'm very, very active on Facebook. A little too active, actually. My wife would complain that I spend way too much time on Facebook. But hey, I'm an internet marketer, so that's my excuse. But yes, I try to be as accessible as I possibly can. As I'm sure you can all understand, there's time hogs out there. There's people out there that will just, you know, you give them an inch and they want to take a mile, and that happens to me sometimes because I'm just I'm so helpful that sometimes I get sucked into something and it just takes away from a lot of stuff. So we try to keep it to the weekly calls, but I'll stay on 3 hours, 4 hours if I have to, every Thursday answering questions, and I'll answer questions in Facebook, in the support desk. I'm as open as I possibly can be. Yeah. Well, I run a transparent business.
We can't stay on 3 or 4 hours. We know you got to go, so I'm going to put like a 5-minute, 6-minute time limit on this, if that's okay with you. I also put in the chat box is a clickable link to myunfairadvantage.net/go/zoo. In case you're wondering what the zoo is for, we love JVZoo, don't we, Omar?
Absolutely, man.
Okay. So if you have any questions right now, it's time to whip them out. I'll get them out as much as we can. Renee was asking, what if you don't have an info product funnel yourself?
Well, that's awesome. And you're exactly who this type of product is for. You know, I talked about having that newbie section and getting you started. I have a segment that's called the Speedy Profit Creator. Inside of My Advantage, and that really is focused to teach you how to crank out products quickly, because you need to start generating some money. And I don't recommend that anybody goes and quits their day job and then just invest. You know what I mean? I built my business while I still had a job, and you want to start generating some money. I teach you the whole earn while you learn philosophy, right? So we have a whole segment that teaches that. And as you get better and as you start learning the process, you'll be able to create better and better products. You know, so I teach you all that stuff in there. And the cool thing is that you can go at your own pace. The information's there. It's not going anywhere. So you can run with it. You can crawl with it. But if you're going to stand still, I'm going to leave you behind because I'm working with move action takers, man. You know what I mean? So the information is there for you to use at the speed that you want to use it at the level that you want to use it.
And you can hear the excitement that Omar has in his voice. This is nonstop for 1 hour and 35 minutes now. And he conveys that to everybody he meets as well. And when you think about who you're getting involved with, you know, a lot of times there's a lot of guys in this industry that, like you said a little bit earlier, they're all fluff, blowhards, you know, all they're out is to make a quick buck. Look at the consistency of this product that since 2010, My Unfair Advantage has slowly progressed from virtually nothing to 2,800 members. Now, how would you like to have in your coaching or IM career 1,000 members or 1,500 members or 500 members all saying, hey, this is the best thing that I could possibly take advantage of and the best value for the dollar? Because think about this. What you're getting for $297 is, A, you're getting a discounted figure, which he shouldn't have, Omar, you shouldn't have done it anyway, but I do appreciate it because you know what? It's worth every bit the money at a full retail price. And think about this, folks. $297 for you to build your own business, for you to get one step further in the IM business, but also think about this as well. The value is not only in the product, but it's in the association. And when you associate with people who are making millions of dollars, or let's say hundreds of thousands of dollars if you can't fathom that. So it rubs off on you. To be a fly on the wall when Omar is sitting in the lobby of a hotel with 6 people around him and you're standing in the back leaning against the post and you pick up that one thing, that was worth the event itself. Just imagine if you take advantage of the whole program. So we got about 3 minutes left. Renee says, does your program work for non-techies? I've signed up for too many programs, but the tech problems stop me from going, so I've gone nowhere after spending thousands. And I can't afford an employee either. What do you say to Renee?
You know what's her name? I'm sorry because I'm not looking.
Renee.
Renee. Okay, Renee, look, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. What you're asking me right now is you're saying, hey, I don't have money to hire somebody, and I don't want to do the work. This isn't magic fairy dust, Renee. What's going to happen? And I'm speaking to you from the heart. Okay, so please don't take offense. Don't get not that I would really care if you do, because what I'm doing is to help you. But the reality is this: it requires work. And you're working in the most technologically advanced industry ever created in the history of mankind. You need to get used to some technical stuff, because whether you're going to be doing it yourself or managing somebody that does it, you're going to need to learn what is WordPress. You're going to need to learn how to log into WordPress. Whether you're going to outsource something to somebody on Fiverr for $5 or you're going to do it yourself, you're going to need to know how to explain that or how to do that. Our course does show you some of that stuff. But again, if you're telling me, well, I'm not technical, that's such a broad term. I'd be lying to you if I said, well, absolutely. What if not technical? What if you mean I don't know how to turn on my computer? What if you mean I don't know how to double-click my mouse? I had somebody that was all freaked out because they didn't know how to unzip a file. I sent them a zipped file. Now that's tech, so it's very difficult for me to answer that question for you. But
Omar, I can answer that question for Renee. She got onto this webinar somehow. She knows something.
Right.
So that's
okay.
That's all she needs is to know something. And the way the family takes care of everybody, Renee, in this program, if you need help, they'll help you. If you're not a non-techie, well, here's how we show you how to send it out to Fiverr. Or here's somebody in the Facebook group that says, well, this is what I've done, and we all learn from each other. And that's the nice part of this program. And Renee, here's the thing. Omar's giving you a 30-day guarantee. If you put it on your credit card, you'll never even miss it. It's $297. It's a great offer for you to get involved with a little bit of everything in there. And if you're really non-techie and you really don't get it at the end of that 30 days, well, you haven't spent thousands. You spent zero. So here's an opportunity for you. Sometimes we get opportunities that flash in front of our face, and we don't grab for that olive branch, and then, we regret it. There's a lot that I regret, and yet I realize something that can benefit me, and if it can benefit me, I want to at least try it. Do I know everything in this business? No. Am I skilled? I'm I'm 61 years old. I'm not a techie, but I have learned the basics to where this particular program is going to help you in every aspect of what you're doing in IM, or it's at least going to give you an opportunity to make some money for very little money. We got a couple more questions, and we're going to wrap it up. We're actually a little bit over, so if you want to take advantage of this now, take advantage of my unfair advantage, .net/go/zoo. BJ Jones says, I don't have the knowledge about marketing. Where would be the best starting point, or is this the best starting point by taking advantage of my unfair advantage?
Okay, now that is a very, very good question. A lot of people wonder, okay, well, is this, I don't know how to sell. Is this the right product to start at? Now, I literally explain day by day. I literally start out with a video that explains the difference between marketing and selling, and they're two very, very important things, distinctive things that you need to learn, and I explain all of that stuff. So the cool thing about my unfair advantage is that regardless of what level you're at, there's a spot that you can start at. So somebody like him would want to start right on the left-hand side on the Day 1 tab and literally watch those videos. Somebody that's maybe already got their blog up, or maybe they're a little bit familiar. Maybe they want to start with the tools section. Maybe someone that's already got the basics down and they want to start creating a product. They want to jump into that. Maybe they can start in the Speedy Product Creator section. So, it really is there to appeal to everyone. And look, when I first started, like touching again on what Renee asked, I was on eBay. That's how I started my internet marketing career. I literally needed to make some extra money for Christmas, so I went to eBay, and that's where I found internet marketing. I found an ebook on eBay. I knew nothing about, and that's, somehow I ordered an ebook, and then I got on this guy's list, and I was getting these emails, and I'm like, what is this? Other than using email, I didn't know how to build a website. What the hell was that? That was something people had to go to college for. I didn't know how to do any of that stuff. But now there's tools that make up for that. You don't have to learn how to write code and all that. There's tools that make up for that. And My Unfair Advantage is a great place to learn about those tools and to download those tools. And that's what it's all about, regardless of what level you're at. Rich, you hit on a perfect point. The Facebook family really is there to catch you when you're slipping up. And if you're having a barrier that you can't break through this week, log in on Thursday night. I'm there to answer your question. You can even share your screen with me and say, Omar, look, this is what's kicking my ass. I can't get past this part right here. And if you want me to, I can take over your screen. I can say, hey, look, let me show you. Or I can share my screen with you. Or, this is the way that we do it. This is the way that we break through those barriers.
Now, Omar's time is on Thursday nights. That's the time where it actually pays. Well, I don't mean to say it actually pays off, but it's just another one of those little bonuses where you've got a certain subject that's going to be discussed, and every week, you could always go in there and suggest a subject or suggest something that he could actually discuss live with you, where you can banter back and forth like we did tonight on the question platform. And speaking of the question platform, I think it's Arnina asked, once inside the members area, are there any additional expenses? And I believe you answered that by saying no. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, hold on a second. I'm not going to pitch anything. There's no upsells and nothing like that. But what I do need to point out is that you're running a business. There are going to be things that you're going to need in your business. For example, hosting. I don't provide hosting for your websites. This is My Unfair Advantage, gives you the tools and the training that you need to build your business. But you're still going to need to rent your space where you're going to run your business, right? So, I'm not providing a home office for you. I'm not providing a computer. I'm not providing printer, ink, or you're going to have business expenses.
Yeah, that's the answer to the question. You got to pay for your own hosting. In other words, you don't have to pay for the car, but you got to pay for the gas that goes in it.
Right, very good point.
So we're going to take one more question, and unless you got another one real quick, because we've already gone over the time limit. And by the way, I'm going to because we started a little bit late, I'm going to try to get the replay out so I can get this up here in just about an hour or so. But D'Angelo is asking one question: what kind of blog platform would you recommend? And I'm going to assume it's to somebody who isn't really sure what kind of blog they want to do. So do you have advice to somebody who's thinking about a blog but doesn't have the direction?
Is it going to be a personal blog?
Let's assume it's a personal blog.
Yeah, you want to start with WordPress. So you're going to want to host it yourself. If you're looking at this with, again, always with the end in mind, so always reverse engineering your business. A blog itself isn't the business, it's just part of the business. So you're going to want to have a hosting account. You're going to use WordPress. Most hosting companies, it's one click. You log into their cPanel and their control panel, and you click the thing, and it installs WordPress for you. WordPress is a very easy to use, a very common platform for blogging. And the cool thing about WordPress is that there's like millions of themes out there that you could download either for free or cheap. I'm talking like $5 or $6, and they literally make your blog look beautiful, very easy to edit and modify. So I'm going to recommend WordPress on a self-hosted site.
Do we need places like the Warrior Forum if we have everything in your site? I mean, are you basically the whole enchilada, or do you suggest going to maybe not only using your product as a base, but also going elsewhere to pull this and pull that and do this and do that? Is Warrior Forum a good fit? Does it work side by side with your program?
I'm going to be honest with you. I spent a lot of time in the Warrior Forum in the beginning. Then I realized it was a drain. I realized that there's more negative people, more complaining in there. I think the best person, and please don't take this the wrong way if you're a big forum user, the best person I've ever heard describe the Warrior Forum was Tim Castleman, and he said the Warrior Forum has become a public toilet. It's the kind of thing that you go in there if you really got to use it, but you just got to be careful that you don't catch anything while you're in there, and you got to get out quick. Again, there's a lot of people in there that think they know what they're talking about, but they're not. And they're just, it's just this big time hog. It's just like this big cesspool, if you will, of marketers. And, people in there pitching each other on these $9 riches ebooks and ideas. It's not the way that very, very few people that start out in the Warrior Forum go on to build multi-million-dollar businesses. And again, you got to consider what do you know about the person you're listening to? What do you know about the person that you're following? Google me, Google my name, and you'll see exactly. But you can't do that in the Warrior Forum because people in there, you don't even know who you're talking to. It's like people hide behind a blanket of anonymity. You're taking advice from some guy named Cool Marketer 99. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, really? That's who you're taking business advice from? So again, is the Warrior Forum something you need? Well, it's one of the many sites that from once in a while, I would have gone into, but the days of the Warrior Forum for me are long gone, and I don't really encourage my students to go in there very much.
Hey, I bought some stuff from Cool Marketer 99. He told me I can make $70,000 in a week, and all I had to do was this. It cost me $7. Right. Oh, I'm trying to download it too, because I forgot about that one and went on to the next. Folks, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up now. I just want to say one thing in closing before I go, and then, Omar, I'm going to let you say goodbye. But I want to let you know that when I bring to you products, it's not that I'm bringing you the $7 programs that you can find on the Warrior Forum, or even some $7 programs on JVZoo or some of the other places where you can get them. I bring you programs that are actual programs that I've seen work, that I've touched these people personally, that I know who they are, and I see with my two eyes, I see the exact results of their work. And with Omar and Melinda, the results speak for themselves. They have 2,800 people who are their associates that take advantage of the materials that Omar and Melinda have created over the years and that actually work. So here is your opportunity. You got a 30-day guarantee. If you want, like Omar said, you can just download everything. Then you have access to Omar and the Facebook group and the webinar every Thursday. When you put all of that together for $497, that's an awesome figure. Now, just think if you saved yourself a couple $100. So www.myunfairadvantage.net/go/zoo. I went ahead, you cut and paste that. If you're in the question box, I've got the clickable link in the chat box. Omar, if somebody is, and we've got a few people left. Actually, it's been the same number for a little bit. So get up, quit doing something else, and come back to your computer screen. if somebody was on the fence, and it's really not a lot of money. It is if you don't have it, but on the other hand, if you could see the value in this, you'll find a way to get the money to take advantage of this. If somebody was on the fence, they'll go, you know what, I got the $297 I could put on my credit card. I might be able to put it on PayPal's Pay Me Later, but I'm just really not sure. What would you say to them if they're on the fence to give them the information they need so they make the right decision and join your family?
Well, you know what, Rich, that's a good question, and I always say to people, it's not my job to convince someone to buy something that they don't think they want or that they need, because if I do that, then what I have is someone in my membership site that I have to convince every day not to leave. And that's not what I want. I want you to go in there because you're ready to work, because you're ready to stop playing games, because you're ready to stop listening to all the crap that you've been peddled in the past. You understand that you're not going to build a business to stay ahead of the curve with a $9 ebook that you bought in the cesspool of the Warrior Form. That's just not going to happen. You're not going to build a six-figure business that way. There's no magic fairy dust out there. If you're ready to work, if you're ready to give it a shot, like I said, I'm willing to run with you. I'm ready to walk with you. I'm even willing to crawl with you. But if you're going to stand behind, if you're going to stand still, I'm going to leave you behind. I promise you this. If you place your trust in myself and my wife, Melinda, today, I'll never have to ask for it again.
Wow. Does the 4-hour work week, I read that book, does that work?
No, you're going to work your ass off.
That's I have goosebumps, and the reason why I say that is because just what you said, the most important thing that I think you just summed it up is you just heard somebody's character, and the most important thing that you can have in this business is character. And when I say that, not that you are a character or a jokester, but I mean having good character and having good inside you. I have not heard one bad thing about Omar Martin and Melinda Martin and their program since I've been in internet marketing, which has been about 3 years. And what you just heard tonight is the man just said, I'm asking you to trust me now and you'd never have to ask me that again. That goes to show you that wouldn't you rather deal and be part of a family with somebody with good character than taking advantage of a $7 Warrior Forum? Omar, a privilege and a pleasure. I hope everybody, if you haven't taken advantage of it, well, thank you for at least spending the time with us tonight. We know your time is very important. We went over a little bit, but you know what? It was exciting for me. Omar, thank you very much for coming onto the program. And even though we had that little mix-up, wow, I'm glad I got this recorded because this is just something that's going to go into my library. So thank you so very much.
Thank you very much, Rich, and thank you all you guys. Thank you for introducing me to your friends and your followers, Rich. Thank you, guys. I hope you got some really solid content out of this. Use it, apply it in your business. Thanks for listening to me, and God bless.
Thank you, everybody, for coming by. We know your time is important, and we at Rich Wilens Webinars and Webinar Swaps and JVZoo do appreciate you. So on behalf of all of us, including E. Brian Rose, Chad Castleman, Brian Zimmerman, and myself, I want to thank you very much, and we will see you next. Oh, Renee says, I am now part of your tribe. Let's give Omar, let's give Renee the clap.
Thanks, Renee. Welcome aboard.
Yay! Thank you, Renee, very much. That's awesome. And you know what? She says, thank you for asking my questions. Renee, that's Omar. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And I believe Omar cares. And you know what, Renee? He obviously cared enough to take care of you, and certainly glad that you're